I always like hearing from Hasim Ratman, the former world heavyweight champion. I think his analysis of boxing is usually very good. He has a lot of insights, particularly when it comes to the heavyweight division. And he was training and managing Michael Hunter until not too long ago. I'm not sure what happened there and why they split up, but they apparently went their separate ways. In any event, he says that Alexander Usyk can do everything Tyson Fury can do and do it better. And he seems to believe that Alexander Usyk would have the advantage in that fight and would be picking Usyk to win. So he said, quote, "I think Usyk is the best heavyweight that's currently fighting today. I think Fury imitates Usyk and he's had a lot of success with it, fighting plodding slow heavyweights who aren't really boxing like that. Everything Fury can do in boxing, Usyk can do it better." Goes on to say, with heavyweights, it's different. Most heavyweights are lazy and don't have that work ethic. With the smaller guys, it's a little different. With Usyk's boxing IQ, that's going to play a big major part. A lot of time, the smaller guys' IQs kind of cancel each other out. All right, so those are the words of Hasim Ratman with regards to the Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk undisputed unification. Now, I don't necessarily agree that Usyk can do everything better than Tyson Fury. I think there are certain things Fury can do better. I think Fury has shown the ability, well, I know he's shown the ability to be very physical in fights before. Alexander Usyk, he can apply pressure for sure. We've seen him pressure a lot of guys. But he isn't the most physical. He isn't the most rough guy out there. So that aspect of Fury's game, I would say, is superior to Alexander Usyk. There's also the psychological aspect. Usyk is good psychologically too, but he doesn't go above and beyond to try and unsettle opponents and what have you the way Fury does. Perhaps he feels like he doesn't have to, and evidently he's still unbeaten. He hasn't needed to. But I think there are aspects psychologically and in the ring, there are certain things Tyson Fury can do that Usyk can't do. But what I will acknowledge is that Usyk can do most things Fury can do and do them better. So he moves better than Fury. He's faster than Fury. His head movement is better than Fury. His combination punching is better than Fury. He's better coordinated than Fury. He's got better balance than Fury, etc., etc. But you can apply this very same thing to pretty much all the big heavyweights and say that Usyk is superior than them in those departments in the same way. Okay, so that's one point. The next thing he said is that, again, Fury imitates Usyk. I don't really see that. Did he literally mean that Fury has been looking at Usyk, studying him, and then trying to emulate him and copy certain moves? Maybe he has, but there's nothing that I've seen that would lead me to that conclusion. Let's just put it that way. So I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. It's interesting that Hasim Ratman says it. Now again, Hasim Ratman, former world heavyweight champion. He has trained heavyweights. He obviously keeps an eye on boxing. You know, sometimes you see interviews with these old fighters and they don't seem to keep up with boxing at all. I guess they've got their family stuff going on and whatever. And a lot of them are punchy, truth be told. And they can't really talk that well. Maybe they don't really follow what's going on around them that well anymore. But with Hasim Ratman, he's still sharp. He doesn't appear punchy. He's still involved in boxing, training. He trains his son, I believe. Was training and managing Michael Hunter. So he's still in the game. And like I say, his boxing mind, I find it to be pretty good. And he's got some good insights and has done some good breakdowns on fights. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Hasim Ratman picking Alexander Usyk over Tyson Fury. I think at this stage, just judging by the comments on my videos and comments on some other videos, most people will be picking Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury is favorite with the bookmakers against Alexander Usyk. I think people are going to be surprised by how difficult Fury finds it actually pinning Usyk down. I think people are going to be surprised by how clumsy Fury looks against Usyk. Because just like Hasim Ratman said, to pick up on another point, Fury's been looking real good and coordinated and slick against a Deontay Wilder, a guy who has poor coordination and poor balance. when you put him in there against the guy with the best coordination and balance and the best head movement in the division, all of a sudden Fury starts to look like he doesn't have the best coordination and balance. That's what I am expecting to see in the fight. With that being said, Fury has shown the ability time and again to win by any means necessary, even if that means winning ugly. So just because he might end up looking clumsy against Alexander Usyk, it doesn't mean he can't win the fight, right? He'll look clumsy and still win. He'll take a W however he can get it. Worry about looking cute in the ring next time. Just make sure he gets the win this time. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below about what Hasim Rahman said and everything else I've mentioned in this video. If you're tired of the biased narratives and mass censorship on mainstream platforms, and you want to be part of a community of critical thinkers who love free speech just as much as you do, then come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide variety of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. We dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&As, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalog of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high-quality MP3. We've also got an Element group where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. Unlike Discord, it has full end-to-end encryption, it's decentralized, and it's 100% censorship-free. You can also send voice notes as well as much larger audio and video files than you can on Discord. So come and sign up on Patreon. There's no contract, there's no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a cup of coffee. So I'll see you over there. I'm out.